Yeah, Shalom Israel. Before I start, I want to give all glory, honor and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Baharaka Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel who rule and teach well, to the Akims on the highways and byways and those pushing videos in truth and sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. Now, I'm not expecting this to be anything long. And what it is, it's based on a video and a scripture that a friend posted. And I like the precept. It's something I've read before, but obviously it went over my head. And he put up the video, and then he posted the precept behind it. So it's more the precept that I'm going to be touching on, but I'm going to play the video so you get an understanding of what I'm talking about. Oh, let me find it. This was a video. Hopefully you can hear it.
Listen to this again now, yeah? You see your friends that are in relationships, stop telling them your business. Because 9 times out of 10, their partner knows what's going on in your personal life and they shouldn't know a damn thing. And them same said friends that are in relationships, if they're coming to you asking for advice on what they should do with whatever's going on in their thing, don't even say nothing. And if you do say something, don't say too much. Because when argument broke out between them now, your name's getting called in things, yeah?
Now, I can understand what the sister's saying there. I think they call it pillow talk at times, but the precept that the brother posted behind that, which I enjoyed, is Proverbs 26 and 20. So when I saw the precepts, I put it up on my status with some other precepts. So I'm just going to run through the precepts that I put up, but this is what the brother posted after that. Proverbs 26 and 20 says, "Where no wood is, there the fire goeth out. So where there is no talebearer, the strife ceaseth." And it goes back to like what the sister was saying in the video, You can tell someone something, maybe in good stead, She's talking about being in a relationship, so I'll keep it on that stance. You tell your partner something, and then there's issue between you and your partner, so then they're bringing up everything else that you had told them previously. So, if there was no wood in the first place, if you hadn't said anything, then there'll be no fire to come back at you. And that's why it says, let me bring that, Proverbs 26 and 20, "Where no wood is, there the fire goeth out." So if you're not talking on things, and at times it is good to talk, to get things off your chest, to get advice on certain situations, but when it comes to talebearing, more time it's a case of you're not trying to uplift the person that you're talebearing on, you're trying to make them look bad. And that's the issue with talebearing. So it says, "Where no wood is, there the fire goeth out." So where there is no talebearer, the strife cease. Yeah, because talebearing tends to bring strife. Because like I said, more time you're not talebearing to uplift a person. It's more to make a person look bad. Now the next precept that I posted after that was Proverbs 17 and 28. It says, "Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding." It says even a fool, when he keeps his mouth quiet, is counted as wise. Because in the world, there's a saying, not everything good for eat, good for talk. Meaning, it's not everything you hear you're meant to be repeating. That's why I said sometimes more time talebearing is not to uplift a person, it's to put someone down. Yeah? So it says, Proverbs 28, 17 and 28, "Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise." Because, let me bring this precept out. Hold on, that precept there. I'm reading this off my phone. Yeah. There's even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. And it's a nice day today, so I thought, what, I got time on my hand, and just came into my spirit to do this video, so go with that. This is Sirach Is it 19? Sirach. Sirach 20. Yeah. So this is the first precept. This is Proverbs 17 and 28. It says, even a fool, when he holdeth his tongue, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. So hear this now. This is Sirach 20. And I'll read 6 and 7. It says, some man holdeth his tongue because he had not to answer. So some people keep quiet because they've got nothing to say. And really and truly, that's the best thing to do. You know, if you got nothing to say, just keep quiet, because you end up talking and just talking a bag of nonsense, or probably talking things you shouldn't be talking. So it says, some man holdeth his tongue because he has not to answer, and some keepeth silence knowing his time. So some things you will talk, but you have to know when to talk them. Yeah. Verse 7 says, a wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity, but a babbler and a fool will regard no time. And that goes back to what I was reading in Proverbs 17:28, which says, even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. Why? Because a babbler and a fool will regard no time. So, meaning, they'll just talk for the sake of talking and talk anything, not really thinking about what they're saying. And it goes on to say, hold on, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Yeah. So this is Sirach 19, verses 6 to 8 and then 10. It says, he that can rule his tongue shall live without strife. Going back to what I read in Proverbs 26. And he that hateth babbling shall have less evil. Because as I was saying before, you know, people don't normally talebear to uplift someone. It's normally to make the person they're talebearing on look bad. It says, rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee. And this, like, you normally hear sisters always talking about other sisters. Yeah, you know, she loves to gossip. But it's not just amongst the sisters these things happen. These things happen amongst the brothers too. Yeah, so we have to be mindful of these things. Yeah, it says, I read that again, Sirach 19, verse 6. He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife, and he that hateth babbling shall have less evil. Verse 7. Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee. And for some people, that's very hard for them to do. It's hard for them to keep quiet, not repeat something that they've heard. But it says, even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is esteemed wise. It says, verse 7, rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee, and thou shalt fear never the worst. Verse 8, whether it be to friend or foes, talk not of other men's lives, and if thou canst without offense reveal them. So he's saying, even to your enemy, you shouldn't even really be gossiping or talebearing. Yeah? It says, whether it be to friend or foe, talk not of other men's life, and if thou canst without offense reveal them not. So at times you might have to reveal certain things. You know, that's why I read in Sirach 20, it's 20 and 6. Some man holdeth his tongue because he has nothing not to answer. It says, and some keepeth silence knowing his time, meaning he knows when he has to say whatever it is. You know, it's not everything that is told to you you have to repeat. And if you do, you know when to repeat it. Don't just repeat it for repeat's sake. Sirach 19 and 10, it says, if thou hast heard a word, let it die with thee, and be bold, it will not burst thee. Yeah, you know, like I said, it's hard for some people to actually hold their tongue. You know, but it says it in you know, the saying of the world is, you know, he that keepeth his tongue keepeth his life. That's a saying in the world, which basically comes from the scriptures anyway. You know, and not everything good to eat, good to talk. You know, not everything you hear, you eat, you're meant to repeat. Oh yeah, I ate this, I ate that. You know, basically, saying not everything you hear you're meant to repeat. Yeah, so this is Leviticus 19 and 16. So this is in our laws. It says, thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord. Now, let me quickly look at what that word is. Slakia for the sniffing. Leviticus 19 and 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer. So that is Rakil or Rakiel, slander, slanderer, talebearer, informer. Imagine that. Yeah? Because that's what talebearing does. That's why I say more time it's not done to uplift a person. It's there to make a person look bad. You're slandering that person with your talebearing. So yeah, that's in this Strong's. Rakil. It says slander, slanderer, talebearer, informer. It says a scandalmonger as travelling about. A scandalmonger, slander, carry tales, talebearer. That's what it says, man. So let me just go back to this Slakia. And the thing with the scriptures as well, the beauty of the scriptures, it speaks about this word being like a two-edged sword. So you can read something today in the scriptures, it has no bearing on your life at all. And then tomorrow you read the same thing and it's cutting you to pieces. You know, that's why it says it's like a two-edged sword. Just because it don't relate to you today, it might relate to you tomorrow. This is why the scripture speaks about examining yourself. You know, because we're working towards that perfection, isn't it? And part of us doing that is to examine yourself, because you know yourself better than anyone else. So you know your areas where you're going wrong. And sometimes it's hard for people to look at their faults. It's easier for you to see the faults of others. That's why it tells you to examine yourself. You know? And that's very key in this walk, man. Examining yourself. You know, stop trying to examine everybody else. Because the first person we're meant to be teaching, you know, as I keep saying, is ourselves, man. That's the first person we teach. And one way of teaching, as I keep saying, is by how we walk ourselves. So this is the last. That was the last one. Sirach, Leviticus 19 and 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer. And that word was Rakil, which is a slanderer, talebearer, informer. Now, obviously, you know, you have to use that with understanding, because it depends what you're speaking about. This is Leviticus 5 and 1. It says, if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness whether he has seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. So, you know, you have to use that with wisdom. If it's about something that's sinful, you know of a sin that had happened, yeah, and you don't, like, say someone killed someone, yeah, because that's prevalent amongst our people. You know, we know that certain instances like that has happened, but we don't speak out, and more time that's due to fear of reprisals. So, you know, someone who killed someone, you know, we tend not to speak out or named the person who done it. Yeah. These are times when you are meant to speak out, because it says, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. So you'll be held just as guilty. But like I was saying, more time when people are tale-bearing, it's more to do with making that person they're speaking about look bad, not really to uplift them or, you know, to address a wrong. Yeah, like I said, just something I wanted to talk on. I had the time. Most guys give me the time. You know, my friend put that video up and the precept. It just came into my spirit to speak on it. So hopefully it was edifying. But with that, I'm going to close out. I give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Barakah Kadash, Kwame Sha'Allah.